Buckle up, Boston. It's time for Hanging with BDraft and your host, Prickly Pete Fever. And joining him, it's Pinto, Sam Baby Dick Boyer.
Welcome to Hangin' with BDraft. I'm your host, Prickly Pete Fever. With me, as always, Sam Baby Dick Boyer, producer extraordinaire, Teddy Too Hot, behind the glass, and of course, our fantastic team and our legions of fans. We welcome you into a new season of BDraft West. It is spring 2015. And Sam, how you doing?
I'm good. Happy to be here. Happy to be on the show as usual. I look forward to it.
Absolutely, and we have a great season lined up for you. 4 shows for Hangin' with BDraft, and it's international fame right here high atop Boston in the BDraft studios. Of course, Sam, as you could probably tell, is on the phone. I'm very busy these days. We couldn't link up in the studio, but we're going to get it done nonetheless. Let's get right into it, Sam. Coming off the draft, I kind of want to take a look at what each captain was kind of trying to do going into the draft, the moves they made during the draft, and then kind of how you think they stack up heading into the season. So let's start from the bottom.
He's not going to like this, but I'm going to say Mike Bella is coming in at number 10 this season.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think no surprise there. I mean, some of the trades Mike made this time around, I mean, as always, but just kind of mind-boggling. And then a very interesting draft, Kaplan going at number 6 overall.
That wasn't a horrible pick. Cap is right. Whenever you have him, you do have a chance to win a game. Hammond and Frangi, I love playing with Scott Hammond. Oh, fucking Christ. I'm on the phone. Jesus Christ. That's Jared. God damn it.
Tell him to take his ass back to the fucking CrossFit studio.
Hold on. I'm trying to do something. All right. Kaplan at 6 is a great pick. Hammond and Frangi. I guess it's just Frangi that I question. I've never seen him play. All I know is from what I've seen at the Combine, he is almost proud of the fact that he was 2 for 15. He keeps bringing that up.
Yeah, interesting fellow. Definitely active on the boards quickly and welcomed in the West for sure. Although he doesn't have any clue what he's talking about.
No, so he's ranking every team in every trade, but also putting a big asterisk on it saying, I don't know shit about shit.
Okay, Sam, tons of draft audio come this week. First up, we have Frangi from the draft, uncovered stuff. Mark Blazer on this one. Frangi bringing a lot to the message boards, of course, but has no idea what he's talking about. Mark Blazer brings us this exchange with the bartender.
Hey, let me get a triple shot of Jack with Coke and a little bit of Jameson. My name's Frangi, like Frangi. Nice to meet you. What are you drinking? Oh, you're the bartender?
Yep.
Okay, cool. These guys think they're so cool, dude. Dude, I've balled in a lot harder leagues than this.
Wow, great.
You should check me out on the website.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm the guy, like, talking trash. I've been in a lot better leagues than this, so, like, this is really no big deal to me. It's like, I know there's, like, Guy Schoonmaker, like, number 1 pick, LeBron James style, whatever, dude. I got 2 words for you. Sebastian Telfair.
Yep, if you say so.
Oh, Matt Furman, what are you, big shot now? You shoot 102 threes, dude, in 9 games? What are you, Larry Bird over there? I got 2 words for you. Josh freaking Smith.
Uh-huh.
All right, I got 3 words for you there. Josh freaking was the middle word.
Listen, buddy, I gotta do some work now, so,
Yeah, I have an agent. We went over to Wagamama, Harvard Square, and I'm, like, looking around. I, like, see this bro. I'm like, I think I know that, bro. And it was Baby Dick, dude. It's Baby Dick Boyer. I'm like, dude, that's ugly, dude. Clean that up, man. He's that guy over there. Looks like a baby dick. That's what we call him, Baby Dick. Anyway, what are you doing after this?
Hey, listen, this is all real great, but, I kind of have a job to do, so...
Greg Waldman, yeah, cool spin move. Clean it up, bro. Just clean that up, dude. You know whose last name is Waldman? Susan Waldman, play-by-play broadcaster for the Yankees. Lady who cries all the time. Cool, bro. Keep it on point. I'm looking at that 29% three-point percentage. Why don't you tone that down a little bit? Do me a favor. Let the three-point shooting, let that happen with the big boys, okay, bro? Play in the sandbox.
There's another customer at the end of the bar. I gotta go.
All right, well, I'd love to keep chatting, but I'm actually planning on going out and dominating in a little bit socially. Can I get your number, or, like, maybe if you're not up to anything, like later, scoop by, watch Kung Fu or something.
So, thanks for chatting, but bye.
All right, cool.
Well, good stuff there from Mark Blazer. We'll see if the smooth-talking Frangi can back up some of that chatter. So, Vela's team has a good fit, right, Kaplan? Hammond and Frangi, both kind of long guys. They could fit well together, but I don't know if there's enough scoring there?
Well, their fourth best player, their starter, is going to be either Bella or Albrecht. I think Cap knows this Albrecht guy, so that's going to be a very big thing. If he's good, this team and my number 10 prediction could look really stupid.
Yeah, as always, rookies a big variable there, and we'll see how they fit together. So moving forward, who do you have next, Sam?
I have Pat Lamb.
Inside the draft. He's a deadly three-point shooter, except 70% of the time when the ball hits the wall. He graduated high school at the age of 13 and a half. He has a world-class Beanie Baby collection. He once finished second in a taco eating contest. He's Patrick Lamb.
We have Pat Lamb, captain. A lot of trades, Lamb, for you, right? What'd you do before the draft?
So I let Noah rip me off with the first trade, but I told Noah basically he gets one rip-off per season.
Why did you make that trade? You traded straight up the 53 for his 59.
So Noah somehow convinced me that there was a chance we would have 2 empty spots for the league, and I would get to run with 5.
Oh my
which
God.
I realize now that so many things hasn't happened
It's
before.
basically
that.
impossible.
Pretty much.
That is rich.
But I chalk it up to first trade jitters.
Okay, all right. No, that's good. You got to get that one out of the way. Then you made another trade with Noah, where you traded down from the 4 to the 7 in the first round. What was your thought process there? What's your main goal here going into the draft?
Well, so it was pretty widely recognized that my lottery position was the worst out of everybody because of the talent drop-off there. So Noah really wanted 4 to take stat, and I didn't really want to take stat. So I like that 17 to 14 upgrade.
Yep.
And basically the 4 to 7 was basically identical for me. So I figured since it's summer, everybody's going to miss 2 games.
Yep.
I'd rather run with a deeper team than sort of have any dead weight that I have to play for like.
All right, well, best of luck to you today, Pat.
Thanks, quickly, Pete.
Okay, Sam, some insight into Lamb's head. All right, tell me your thoughts as to what he did.
He trades back. He has a so-so draft. And then after, me, Harrison, Seth, and Bella were outside of courtside. And Pat comes walking out slowly, doesn't say much. It was almost like a kid in high school who had gotten beaten up and was too embarrassed to face everyone. And he just kind of like walked away and it was an awkward meeting, but I almost just wanted to give him a hug.
A little
I
shoulder
didn't know
slump.
where I was at the end of the draft, so I didn't do or say anything, but I just felt for him at the time. I just don't understand the trading away the 4th pick because
Especially
Pat,
in this draft, yeah.
Right. He'll admit that he's not the most talented captain out of this bunch. And when you're trading away top talent, and you're already not a top talented captain, I just wouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
Especially for Noah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like one of the top 4, probably 4 or 5 spots almost guarantees you a playoff win. Other than that, you kind of have to depend on chemistry to get in.
Right.
All right, so moving forward, who do we put in that number 8 slot? Of course, very preliminary here, Sam, but we'll still do it anyway. Number 8 spot.
Number 8, I hate to do it. He's the nicest guy in the world. He's the father of BDraft Webs already. Mason.
It's inside the draft. He's a first-time captain. He looks amazing in long tube socks, with the different color horizontal stripes on them. Some broad named Tiffany handles his Twitter posts. He's proved nice guys finish in the top 60th percentile. He's Kevin Mason.
Draft West. So we're at courtside. Where else? Because these degenerates didn't want to go to Prickly Pete's Palace like they were invited to, but that's fine. Nice spot here. The ladies are starting the karaoke and all that. The West getting ready to go. With us right now, we have first-time captain?
First time captain.
Kevin Mason. Kevin, what's happening?
Not too much. I'm just enjoying the talent in here. There's some medium-sized women that are easy on the eyes.
Indeed. So you have the first overall pick, and then you go 21, 29. It looks like you have some trades happening here before the draft.
Yeah, we had some trades. I had a big trade with Minkoff to move from number 8 down to number 1, but I kind of screwed myself for the rest of the draft. But that's okay. It's worth it.
Okay, well, before the draft, I'll number 1 would be up to number 1. So that's the first thing.
Thank you.
So you have the first pick. So first overall, who are you going to go?
Well, it's a tough call because Nordy was my ride here, and I told him I was going to pick him first, but I am not going to pick Nordy first. I am going with Guy Schoonmaker.
Okay, so it looks like Guy could go first in both drafts today.
Yes.
Unprecedented, but certainly deserves it. I mean,
it's worth it. I just don't know how I'm getting home tonight.
Well, Guy has a pretty sweet bike. Maybe he'll ride you on the banana seat.
That'd be good.
Mason, yep. Everyone loves Mason. Glad to see him captaining the team this season.
He had the easiest pick in the draft. He took Schoonmaker number 1. That is not an issue. The issue is that Waters is missing 4 weeks.
That's a big problem.
So 3 starters are going to be either Mason, Kundal, Orlana, or Mandelbaum.
There's going to be some
All
serious
great guys.
mismatches there, yeah.
It's just going to be tough because the size of that team outside of Schoonmaker is limited, and there's going to be matchup issues every week.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be tough. And Waters himself, when he's hot, he's as dangerous as anyone in the league. But when he's off, he's an average player. So,
right. Him and Schoonmaker, when they're together those 5 weeks, they need to go either 3-2 or 4-1, or otherwise you're relying on winning a game or two without Waters, and that could be tough to do if every team you're playing it has no attendance issues.
and Schoonmaker, a.k.a. the white stat, also, when he has to do everything, it can become a problem. He really needs guys to hit open shots because, I mean, you collapse on him. When you stop ball on Schoonmaker and he can't get ahead of steam going to the bucket, it's a different game.
Right. You know, it sounds like he's got an average of 30 and 20, which in this league that actually might not be asking for too much.
No.
But it's tough when you have to rely on that every week.
Well, we wish Mason the best of luck. Definitely one of our favorites here at the show. We move on to the number 7 spot, Sam. Who do you have filling that role?
This is a controversial pick. I don't know how much I love this team. I'm saying Rudy Hirsch, number 7.
Rudy Hirsch, interesting. I think I like this team more than most.
I like Walsh and Frere. But for defending bigs, I'm not sure either one is that good at doing so. Both like to play away from the hoop.
Okay.
Ghost is obviously a great mid-range shooter. He's not going to be a problem on offense. Neither is Walsh. But I don't see enough defense. And then Ruben and Rudy are the 2 guards for this team.
Right.
That could be matchup issues too.
Not a lot of scoring. Yeah, I think what this team's going to depend on. One, I think Walsh, I give him more credit than most. I think he can adapt and be a pretty good inside defender if he needs to be. And I think Frere can help in that role. I think their bench is one of the best in the league with DeMarcus and Wellen.
I like their bench too. I just don't know if the pieces fit. I think that's my biggest thing. I think talent-wise, individually, they're all great to play with. But fit, I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's going to come down to the backcourt. I think Hirsch needs to average close to, 15 plus, and Ruben has to make some good decisions and get close to, say, 6 or 8 assists a game.
They don't have much outside shooting. For 3, Brian Walsh or Mike Frere is taking the game-winning or game-tying 3, depending on the situation.
That's a good point.
Not saying that's going to totally make or break a season for a team, but I just don't know if the pieces fit. They needed a wing, and it seems like they have all bigs outside of Ruben and Rudy. We'll see how that works.
Right. But I personally think DeMarcus, one of the most underrated guys in the league. I think he does everything you need to win. He sets awesome screens, rebounds, hustle guy. I like his game a lot.
After Cap's birthday party, DeMarcus, his approval rating is through the roof, and it's good to have Officer Wellen back in the league.
Absolutely. Okay, we move on to the number 6 spot, Sam. What do you got?
Number 6, I'm going to say Nate Mendez's team.
It's inside the draft. He's been a captain for a decade, doesn't know who you are. He just launched his own line of luxury toilet wipes. He was once charged, but cleared of felony arson. He's Nate Extreme Speed Mendez.
All right, Prickly Pete here with Nate, Extreme Speed Mendez. Nate, how you doing?
Doing great.
So what's your plan for the draft today? You start with the 8-13 picks in the first 2 rounds.
I'm going with bigs most likely.
Okay, so to no one's surprise, sounds like Nate has no idea what he's gonna do. All right, bigs are good. Is there anyone in particular you're looking towards? Just gonna see the best available at that time?
Yeah, because Perkins was in, he dropped, so I changed my game plan.
I was hoping to see Aaron again.
Actually, I might switch it up and pull a point guard this time.
All right, well I guess we'll just have to find out. Best of luck to you.
Yeah.
I think that this is a slightly better version of Rudy's team in terms of the pieces just don't fit. They just don't fit as bad as Rudy's team. If that makes any sense.
Okay, I actually disagree. I disagree completely. I think this team is a great fit. As far as you have Royer and Corwin who can play the wings, who are pretty can play a lot of different positions. Mendez and Hanks. Hanks is, I think, highly underrated, as is Roussel and Carey. Roussel is a great value pick in the late 20s.
I think scoring could be an issue for this team.
You might be right. You might be right. It's kind of seems like everyone can kind of score a little bit, but no one's kind of the go-to guy. But we'll see if somebody steps up.
You might have some inside knowledge on this. Is Roussel running point or is Nate running point?
I wouldn't know. I've heard rumblings from the camp that I think Nate is willing to play off the ball a lot more
I thought
than he
Nate
has
played
in the
great
past.
off the ball with Lenz last season.
I agree. I think that could be a look that they'll show a lot for sure.
Okay. Well, if the pieces do end up fitting, same asterisk for Rudy's team. If the pieces end up fitting together, talent-wise, both of these squads have some, but it's just on the preseason predictions that those are my concerns.
Yeah, and they have some of the all-time sweethearts in the league. Rich Carey, a great guy. Roussel, who's one of the sharpest guys around, a great decision maker on the court. I think he's highly underrated. I think he's a legit starting point guard in this league for sure. And then, of course, everyone loves Jesse Corwin.
Right.
Okay, with that, Sam, that rounds out the top 5 of our preseason power rankings, which, of course, it doesn't mean much. When we come back from the break, we're going to hear our top 5 as said by Sam Baby Dick Boyer. We'll hear from the incomparable Krzysztof Dogojevich. We hear from our sponsors and also from some old friends you might remember. But first, a little thing we like to call BDraft Memories.
Welcome to BDraft Memories. I'm Mark Blazer. We listen to Noah, Rudy, and Cullen talk about their plans minutes before the draft commences.
All right, Prickly Pete here. We just moved into the other room. Apparently karaoke starting. We've got Rudy, Noah, Cullen. Guys, what are our plans for the draft?
Xavier all the way.
Okay. Cullen?
Xavier at 4.
Nordy
and whoever he wants to play with.
Okay. Rudy.
I'm going to generate some mismatches.
Joe Paterno is not in the draft.
He would be a mismatch. If you're trying to back down Paterno, you got to be careful.
I hear
you're going to feel some pokes.
I hear he gets a little grabby.
This is just another instance of the media twisting the story.
All right. Well, good luck to the 3 of you from Prickly Pete. I wish we were at Prickly Pete's Palace, but we're here on wooden benches with carpet. We could have had ribs.
I was going to smoke ribs in the smoker. I was going to go pick up a few racks.
Racks. Multiple racks.
Racks on racks.
Prickly Pete and the boys discuss those pesky passwords.
I'm not looking. I don't care about your fucking password.
I love stat!
I think every password in America is 69.
That's gross, Rudy.
Really inappropriate.
Mine's a bunch of different Mets
Really
combinations.
With 69 at the end.
With 69. Me and my girl like to do 41s. That shit's hot. Try and figure that out. One person's stiff as a board, the other just having a feel back. Just on top.
Stiffen up.
Stiffer. Stiffen up. Or deader.
Mike Vella tries to pull off a 3-way trade, and Noah reminds him he's a skin sack of dumb shit.
Mason will receive 1831, Vella will receive 11 and 21, and Seth will receive 16,
Blowjobs. 20 blowjobs. 28.
16, 20,
8, and 40.
That's 29. 29.
No, it wasn't 29.
That's what Mason has.
Oh my God! You guys are the worst. You're literally the worst. All right, here's what it is.
Mason, can you help him?
I got my email. Oh wait. Oh, I have it on my phone.
Here's what the team should have.
Just that's not helpful.
Yes, it is. Why are you so mad about that?
Go fuck yourself. You need to tell me what picks are being traded.
Okay. This is going to take a few minutes.
There's no names on that.
Okay.
I'm on a laptop from like 1982 over here. Just tell me what they get.
That's what I was trying to do.
Listen, here are the final picks. Type in what we're saying.
I give Seth 40.
I'm going
40 for 42.
Why?
Oh, shut up and just do it. You're so mad. You're so mad.
Are you going to fucking tell me now?
You've just been yelling at me.
Noah on making trades.
Nate and Harry negotiated is like, it's like two crackheads who are each trying to buy crack. Think that the other one has crack. They're like, what do I gotta do to get my crack? Like, I don't know, but it's gonna take some crack.
That half an hour when Vela thought his team would be good.
Things are going really well.
We're a third of the way through
This is the best I've felt after my first 2 picks in a draft than I've ever felt.
All right, good.
Aside from when I was in the player pool and drafted by Jesse Corwin.
Now, keep in mind, he's never felt better about his first 2 picks. This season includes Scott Hammond. Super excited about Scott Hammond in the second round.
Scott Hammond before Jesse Corwin.
That is awkward.
On Cap's advice.
So there's your first fucking problem.
And oh yeah, remember the time Mike Minkoff poured his Malibu Bay Breeze all over the draft table and everyone's most prized personal possessions?
So fucking thing. Fucking thing.
What are you doing, mate?
I'm sorry. I was literally in the wrong. I'll fucking pour beer anywhere I want.
Left hands are for commies, dicks, and pussies. Introducing right-hand man doo-doo wipes inspired by draft legend Nate Extreme Speed Mendez. These extremely speedy wipes have moisture to keep those cheeks party popping. No more itchy asshole, goodbye hemorrhoids, and you can forget about that embarrassing Tootsie Roll stain in your Thursday best.
They say don't let your right hand know what you left.
Order yours now in 3 great cents at Real One's eBay store.
The show that changed the game. It's Hangin' with BDraft.
This is Craig Bellhumer, a.k.a. The Hammer, live from New York City, where no basketball league compares. Miss you guys greatly. You're listening to Hanging with BDraft. Hey, what's up? This is Mike Strange, a.k.a. Matty Bell's' Man Crush Monday. Fuck you, Cap.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Kanye West. It's your boy T.I.P., man. Get in. This is Weezy F right here. This is your boy David Banner. Right now, you're rocking with my dog.
Hey there. This is Matty Bell. First ballot CAC Hall of Famer. I miss you guys. I love all of you, even Bella. Enjoy.
Hey, what's up? This Jay-Z. What's going on? This is Z40.
Yo, this is Hank, and you're listening to Hanging with BDraft. Let's go!
Welcome back to Hanging with BDraft. That's what I'm talking about. Sam, some great spots in there. We heard from some of our old BDraft West favorites, Mike Strange, Craig the Hammer Bellhumer, the Godfather Matty Bells, and of course, Kevin Tang. We heard some great draft audio before that, of course, produced by Teddy Too Hot and Mark Blazer on the scene. And a reminder, of course, 48-minute games this season. Top 8 will make it in. So some changes this season. I think we're the first league ever in the world, Sam, to go to 48 minutes, as far as I know.
Right. It's an original idea straight from the West. All the leagues are copycats if they do it. We're innovative here in the West. We're original. And no other league can say that.
Very much. Shout out Godfather Matty Bells. We move to the number 5 spot. Who you have, Sam?
Number 5, Seth McLaughlin's team.
Seth McLaughlin. Did you say McLaughlin? Like Lilith Fair? Like McLaughlin?
McLaughlin.
Yeah. Oh, okay. McLaughlin. No, I had the same question for him.
It's inside the draft. He's Mr. Hot Take. He thinks he's Earthquake, but he's really just Tugboat. He dreams of starting a Limp Bizkit cover band. He's not a 40-something-year-old lesbian. He's Seth MacLachlan.
Sitting here with the incomparable Seth MacLachlan, of course. That's how I say it, right? MacLachlan? Like Sarah McLachlan?
No, McLaughlin, actually.
From Lilith Fair, it's Seth MacLachlan. Okay, so the second overall pick. Where are you thinking?
I'm thinking I'm not going to get Guy Schooneymaker, so I'm probably going to take the best player available.
Okay, can't go wrong with that. So you have no other plan than best, because if you know who's gonna, then you.
No. I have a plan.
Okay.
It's take the guys that look fairly familiar, that have a pretty strong social media presence, and that I would like to get to know better.
Okay, so you made a trade. You traded down in the second round. What's your thought process there? A lot of depth in this draft.
Best player available was what I was going for. This draft is hot garbage, as you probably know. So I saw Sam inching from the 30s to the 20s and now into the teens. I got scared to death, and I had to get away from that pick.
Makes sense. All right, best of luck to you today.
Thanks, pal. Appreciate it.
A very enigmatic figure, a guy you either love to hate or you just love in general or love to pinch. It's Seth MacLachlan. What do you think of his draft, Sam?
I love Ouellette at number 2. He could have a Furman-esque impact from 3.
Okay, yeah, I don't know a lot about his game.
He's going to have games where he's 10 for 18 from 3. I really think that's what's going to happen a couple times this season. Now, when teams just outscore you in these leagues, that we've learned these last 2 seasons, if you can do that, you can win games.
Okay, yeah, I don't know too much about him, but moving in, I think obviously he's a number 2 pick, so he's a good player. I like the rest of the guys and the way they fit on the team for sure.
I think Chaz is going to be a nice fit with Ouellette. The concern is that he's missing a few weeks, but Flynn is more than capable of backing him up when need be.
Sure.
And Piazza at 40 is a steal.
The Pizza Man.
Fall that far.
Yeah, not a lot of people in the West know about the Pizza Man.
Right. I remember sitting at the draft thinking, how is that possible? But I think Seth got a great pick there. Hillard showed flashes of scoring in the post last season.
Yeah, I think that's a great value pick in the late 30s too.
Right. I think Seth made the right pick at every spot.
Yeah, right. Well said. I agree. Okay, moving into we're getting into some of the top teams now. Moving on to number 4. Who do you have in that slot, Sam?
I have our team, Lawyer Up.
Lawyer Up.
Captain Harry Labov.
Okay, so what's the deal? Everybody on this team is lawyers?
Well, Harry's in law school.
Right.
And Vladi is a lawyer.
Okay.
And we knew that if we named our team something lawyer-related, Noah would hate us. So.
Oh, interesting.
Perfect.
Okay.
Our concern is size because it's me, Vladi, Harrison, and Flynn. And then we also have Yanni and Dunbar as our bigs. So anytime that they're out.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have problems. I see you guys having some matchup issues when you play teams, say, against Stat or Nordy, or Schoonmaker.
Right. We're putting a lot of pressure on Yanni and Dunbar every week. And if one of them's not there, or if one of them needs a sub, we're going to be really small.
Okay, what do you expect from yourself this upcoming season? Because, last season you kind of sucked.
Right. I think it's going to be a good season, a bounce back year. I don't know how bad. How bad was I last season?
Pretty bad. You used to be a real threat from deep, and now I feel like you're not as much of a threat. Ever since you tried to start dribbling in, but now you don't do either. You just kind of stand there.
Right. It seems like I've gotten worse and Harrison's gotten better. I think that's the concern.
I do worry about Harrison's commitment to basketball with all the school and that nonsense. Does he have the time to fully focus on captaining this team properly?
Well, it is the summer, so he will not be in school.
Okay, very good. Very good. Well, it should be interesting. I don't know a lot about Vladi. I did, of course, play him in pickup recently. Very quick release. Obviously a good player. So it should be interesting. See how your team fits. And, of course, the big story there, Flynn at 50.
Flynn at 50, that we could not believe. I think that's actions speak louder than words type thing when the whole league just lets you slip to the last pick in the draft. I don't know what that means, what that says, but I will take them.
Before we talk about the top 3 ranked teams from Sam, we welcome into the show Christoph Dragojevic, an old friend from Kazakhstan, a well-known rec player over there. Christoph, how's it going, buddy?
Hello, yes, this is Christoph Dragojevic, calling from my home in Kazakhstan. I feel great. How are you, Pete?
I'm doing very well. So spring and summer is on the way here, so I guess over there it's fall. So what's been going on with you? How's the farmstead and the family?
Oh, it's great. We grew 3 corn stalks this year, as record for town. We fed 14 families off of that. Everybody else starved to death, as is the way nature goes, and that's what we do. My family is all here. They're alive, I think. And it's nice. It's about only 16 degrees here. The dirt is hard, and the basketball is good.
All right, very good, Christoph. So over here is stateside. We're just getting ready for a new season of BDraft West. Of course, everybody very excited. The number 1 overall pick coming in, Guy Schoonmaker. What do you know about him, Christoph?
He disgusts me, this Schoonmaker. People say he's strong. People say he is the best. I tell him, come to Kazakhstan and play with me in the dirt with my family. You will see who is strong. You will see what power is. I should be number 1 of every draft, every year.
Yeah, so speaking to that point, Christoph, I mean, for several seasons there's been talks of you coming over here. You were drafted several years ago, and you still haven't made your debut yet. What's going on with that?
The travel is hard. The one time I rented a goat-drawn wagon. We got 19 miles before I got dysentery and had to turn back. So I've just been saving funds. We're trying to build a boat and everything, you know. I got a lot of my money tied up in the boat right now, so but things are looking good. I've got a lot of driftwood that I found, so things are looking up, and I'll be there, and I will crush everyone.
All right, Christoph, so this season we have Seth McLaughlin taking a bigger role, taking over a lot for Sam Baby Dick Boyer as far as the league scribe, doing a lot of coverage on the boards. He's doing a great job. He's really into wrestling. He uses a lot of like WWE wrestling references. That's what all of his posts are about. Some people love it, some people hate it. What are your thoughts?
He is disgusting. He disgusts me as that player. I invite him, of course, to come to Kazakhstan, and I will crush him, and I will win, and I invite everybody to come. They can stay in my home, and I will crush them in the court. Wrestling is for the pussies. I say it is a fake sport. These men don't know real fights. And I real fight, and I will real fight. And I've been training with my sons, and we fist fight in the dirt. So come to Kazakhstan, and we'll fist fight, and I'll beat you in that.
All right, Christoph, so going into the season, who's your favorite to win the title?
I have a few favorites. Number 1, I have to choose Lawyer Up. I like the way they move on the court, very fluid, like water off of a rock. They're very smooth and crisp. Also, they could maybe help me get on the international waters. If I could finally come and cross America, so maybe they could help out if they win. I don't know. That's up to them. Stockholm Syndrome, I like them. They're very strong. They're very good-looking boys, and I think that's important in basketball. I also like their name. It's one of my favorite syndromes, so I think they're going to go pretty far. And up third, who I think is going to be the dark horse, is the Communist Party, because as we know, communism is always a good idea, but it doesn't work when you actually do it.
All right, Christoph. Well, good stuff. We certainly appreciate you coming on the show. Maybe we'll talk to you again later in the season. We wish you luck in all your training, and hopefully we'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you, Pete. It is a pleasure to talk to you. This is Christoph Dragojevic calling from Kazakhstan, and hopefully I'll see you once we get this boat situation figured out.
KD is one bad dude. We appreciate him coming on. So moving forward, now we head into the top 3, Sammy. What are we looking at for the real top contenders in your eyes?
We have Terminator 2, Judgment Day, which I think is my favorite team name in BDraft in a while.
Yeah, I'm liking that name. That's kind of a gimme, but still kind of awesome, definitely.
Well, Terminator has been around for a while, but he's running back close to the same team. So having the sequel to it, the Terminator 2, Judgment Day, I think that's a perfect fit.
That's fair. Okay, beautiful then. All right, so yeah, Minkoff, and I think having a very strong draft and definitely showing an eye for the right fit you need for a winning team.
It's inside the draft. He was once attacked by a shark while on vacation. His past girlfriends include Lindsay Lohan and Bruce Jenner. He has 13 toes and 4 of them are Native American. He's Mike Minkoff.
We've got sophomore captain here, Mike Minkoff, with us. Mink, how we doing?
We're doing pretty good. Feeling good going in.
Good. So you got the 3 and the 15. Now you made some trades. What's your thought process heading into the draft?
For whatever reason, Furman's undervalued in this league, so I'm gonna snare him at number 3, and then I'm probably gonna trade rape another captain to get the second round pick I want. Meanwhile, my fellow captain Mike Bella can't figure out how to leave the bar. So these are
just walked into the window like a bird.
these are the captains. These are the captains I'm trading with. So I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
All right. Very good. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
I love Furman and Downey together. They proved to be a great fit last season. Tempesta is a perfect role player.
Yep.
He is still undervalued, and he's even showing in pickup that he can handle the ball. Great on-ball defender, crashes the glass. He's going to wind up with 4, 5, 6 offensive rebounds per game. I think that this team is a contender.
Okay, and what do you think about the bench? I don't know a lot about these guys.
I don't know Hayes, and I don't know either Albrecht, so I don't really have a comment.
And you're putting them at number 3. That makes sense.
No, I know their starting lineup, and I know that this starting lineup nearly beat Wu-Tang Clan last year, which they got so hyped up. I can't believe how much Wu-Tang Clan got hyped up last season.
I agree.
We beat them with me scoring 24 points, Go scoring 30 points. We didn't even have Waldman. I ran point for moments of the game.
Well, every team is better without Waldman.
Root is all of a sudden built to be the Michael Jordan of BDraft.
So we move on to the number 2 team.
Number 2 team, I'm going to say Noah Spalding's squad.
Noah Spalding, and of course, death taxes. Noah has a good team in B-Draft West. Another strong draft, of course, aided by the raping of several draft picks. He actually just, took a draft pick from Lamb, and, a lot of other good draft picks, of course. Got over on Minkoff a couple times, and then drafted Stat 4th.
Right. Now, that's the big thing. Talent-wise, they have the most talent in the league.
Yeah, Remy and Stat together is a good fit, I think.
Will it work? And I think that there's a 70% chance that Noah, Xavier, and Remy and this Prue guy who Stat knows and says he's a quality player, Randall gives you good minutes. I think that alone can win you 5 or 6 games. You guys can hate each other, but that's going to win games. Whether or not they can actually win a title, that remains to be seen, considering Xavier has never actually won one.
Exactly. And then, of course, Bernard Murphy, I think, is a really good glue guy and a good
right.
late-round
I'm happy
pick.
that he's back in the league as well.
Absolutely. So moving on to your top-seeded team heading into the season, Sam.
Cullen's team, number 1. I loved what he did during the draft.
Absolutely, me too.
The big question mark is Nordy's health, but I think even if he subs out, Cullen and Blotner, they can defend any front line in the league for stretches of time.
Yeah, Cullen's a really good player, and yeah, Blotner's a strong defender as well. Quinn and Waldman with those picks in the early 20s, not bad there. Waldman, I think, is ready to have a very strong season.
Right, that's a quality backcourt. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I guess it'll all kind of lynch on Nordy, who's also in great shape. So we'll see.
Yeah, he looked good at the draft. Played pickup with him a couple of times in the last month. He looks ready for the season.
Okay, I would put Nate Mendez's team in the number 1 spot moving into the season. A little bit of a shakeup. After that, I'm not too concerned. I think it all is kind of just a puddle of teams, and I think that's how it should be. It's what makes this league so grand, Sam.
Right. Every given Thursday, or any given Thursday, teams can come out and win games. I think that's what's always made BDraft this fun league that it is guys have these little rivalries and little grudges, and everyone knows everyone and wants to beat everyone. You look up at the schedule and you say, oh, there's Noah. I want to beat him so bad. There's Jesse. Love him, but want to beat him. There's Harrison. Want to beat him. So I think that's how you go into every game. Everyone has these little rivalries, and that intensity is what sets it apart.
Absolutely. Well said, Sam. Appreciate you coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, to our legions of fans, we appreciate you. We'll be back in just a couple weeks, and we will talk to you soon. Make good decisions.
B is a consonant, a letter in the alphabet. B is a consonant, a letter in the alphabet. B is a consonant, a letter in the alphabet. B is a consonant, a letter in the alphabet.